It used to take me months to lose fat, but I cracked the code and I made it happen in weeks. You see, people think it takes a long time to lose fat, but it really just depends on your position and what your habits are. Picking short-term habits can cause inconsistent fat loss. In this video, I'll be showing you how long it could take you to lose fat and what could be slowing it down for you. I know this works because I've been testing hundreds of ways to get in shape, but this one is the fastest. Let me explain how. The first thing is the mindset creates the fat loss. You have to create the mindset that makes your results endless by understanding that depending on your body fat percentage currently will dictate how long it will take for you to lose fat. So you have to create a mindset that you're not actually looking for quick results, rather that you're going to stick to it no matter what. This doesn't mean that it will take years, but being able to trick your mind to operate a way that tells you, listen, I don't care if this is gonna take a long time. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss a single day so that I can burn the fat no matter what. And I understand that adapting that kind of mindset is hard, and it's okay, because this journey is not meant to be an easy journey. At the end of the day, the person that made it hard was yourself, because you didn't have any self-control that has led you to stuff so much food in your mouth that you've ended up the way you are. But that's acceptance. Creating a mindset that you accept that, okay, I'm in this position and I have to get myself out of it. No matter what happens, you're gonna work your butt off to get rid of that fat. The reason that this is important to think this way because it doesn't create seasonal results. Like most people that count calories. They like to get lean for the summer and then after bulk up in the winter, but that makes them unhealthy. Rather, it's gonna create lifetime results, which is what you need. You wanna look good all year round and also feel good all year round. And listen, your mindset has to be so bulletproof to the point that whenever you get doubts or you feel like quitting, you are gonna push through it no matter what, because you know that on the other side of struggle is the body that you want. In conclusion, focus less on the time it takes and more on the task at hand that will get you to the physique that you want. Now, the mindset is the foundation. It's time to create habits that will make that fat loss quicker. Number 2 is your first few weeks are spent on adapting to new habits. We want to create habits that are easy for your body to adapt to so that your fat can lose quicker. It starts with what you eat, and I know you probably hear this like 100 times. Especially coming from me, I will forever preach how important food is. But that doesn't mean food has to be boring. Creating a high nutritious diet is what took my results from a 5 to a 10. So it will do the same for you. But what is this not boring nutritious diet? In a nutshell, it's red meat, fruits, honey, eggs, and cooking with healthy fats like butter, ghee, and animal fats. Even having sourdough bread and potatoes for carbs. Just with these few options, there's hundreds of different types of meals that you can create just by those foods alone. That will actually burn fat so quick that you don't understand. Now, I want to stress that making food that tastes good is important because that's where consistency is built. I love food and I make sure that it tastes good every time. If it doesn't taste good, I don't want to eat it. It's simple. The reason people love to count calories and why it works for them is because they can have their chocolate milkshakes and their brownie bars that are low calorie. That's what makes them love this kind of diet, therefore leading them to be consistent. Problem is that because of the lack of nutrition, they will still have a good body from their calorie counting, but they will be unhealthy. And you can agree that with having a good body, you want to feel the perks of having a good body. You want to feel good in the new shell that you have. Counting calories doesn't do that, which means you have to cut out every gram of processed foods and sugars, seed oils, and getting rid of badly raised animals like pork, and 0 alcohol, completely cut out. And I understand that this is usually the hard part. And listen, the first 1 to 2 weeks, you're gonna crave, you're gonna wanna go back. But to become your new self, you have to leave behind the old person that you was. So you have to completely push through. Because once you do, I promise you the pain is temporary and you will never crave again. Never. Adapting to these kinds of habits will take around 1 to 2 weeks, which by the way isn't a long time. With the way that time is flying today, 1 to 2 weeks will be easy for you to get by. However, everyone has their difficulties, so just push through. That's why I mentioned having a strong mindset before anything, because if you set yourself up to really want it, you'll push through it no matter how you feel. And adapting to these habits will set you up for life. You will never have to even crave a cookie or a brownie again. You will look at it and you won't even do a double take on it. It doesn't even, like, there's nothing that is appealing to you when you look at those kinds of foods after you adapt to good habits. It's important to do this kind of diet because you will not only lose fat, but you will have better moods, you will have steady energy and they won't crash, and you will even have better sleep. Hey man, and I understand that pushing through alone can be hard. And I was there once. No one told me how to do it, and the majority of the people around me were also out of shape, so I really had to figure it out on my own. You don't have to do that. Find someone that can guide you around the storm, so you don't have to go through the struggles of losing fat. That's why I created my Train Less, Eat Smart method that I teach one-on-one, which helps you burn fat and replace it with muscle, with fewer complications like counting calories. Rather, we focus on high nutrient, good tasting foods and training methods that don't make you sit in the gym for hours. And I can teach you this. I literally lay it out on a sheet of paper for you. So if you're committed and you really want to make this change, click the link in the description and book a call with me so we can see you getting results quick. Also, if you want to know how to turn these nutritious foods that I just spoke about into meals that burn fat on autopilot, you can use my blueprint that I created that has years of knowledge inside of it. You can grab it for free in the description. Now, you want to see some muscle after losing that fat, right? Easy answer is yes. So let me show you how easy it is. Point number 3 is replacing the fat with muscle. There is such thing as losing fat and building muscle at the same time. It just all depends on your workouts, your performance, and your recovery. Now, let's say you have nutrition on lock. Working out is the easy part. How it works is we want to focus on intensity rather than quantity, meaning that you have to create a workout that includes less exercises but more intensity, which actually burns fat as well. Which is why I don't even preach doing cardio, because this is intense in itself. If you feel like you need cardio, it's because your workouts are not intense enough. And this way of training makes your muscle fatigue quicker, which means that you don't have to do hundreds of workouts for you to get fatigued. How many exercises do you need? Around 2 to 3 maximum, with 2 sets in each exercise, and that's not including the warm-ups. Warm-ups are normally included in the first exercise that you do. So I would normally put 2 sets as a warm-up as in the first exercise, and then after create another 2 sets, which is gonna be my working sets. Now, let me get into detail about how this really works. These exercises need to be compound movements like squats, RDLs, bench press, incline bench press, pull-ups, dips. These are the main exercises that you should be working on. No isolation movements. None of this tricep pull downs and bicep curls. You don't need it. Okay, so how these sets work, we can do an example. Let's say your working set is 10 kg. That's the weight that you're gonna be working with for 2 sets. Prior to those 2 sets are gonna be 2 warm-up sets. This is essential so that you can avoid any injuries for the rest of the workout, because we're gonna be pushing hard and doing high intensity. When you go high intensity, there's risk of injury, so we wanna make sure that we warm up properly. So by doing that, we're gonna drop the weight to 5, or maybe even not use any weight at all. So the exercise that I'm picking this example for is weighted dips. So I start off my first warm-up set with no weights at all. I do about 5 to 6 reps to get my body warmed up. Then my second warm-up set, I will do about 5 kg. Then I do another 5 to 6 reps. That's when your warm-up is now concluded. Now you're moving into your working sets, which you're gonna be doing your 10 kg. Now you're doing 10 kg for both sets, okay? So let's say your first set of 10 kg is gonna hit 6 reps. But that 6 reps is your failure. You couldn't even push to get 7, right? You're gonna try to get 7, but you couldn't get it. That is a perfect set because you're reaching failure. This is where real muscle is built and you burn fat from the intensity. Now, it's important to pick a weight that's not too heavy, but something that's not gonna break your form, but creates a challenge. You wanna have good form so you can avoid injury, and that will actually help you build the muscle. Now, the compound movements that I recommend you pick are weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, and for legs, doing squats and RDLs. They're the most simple, but the most effective. Also, doing incline bench and bent over rows. Doing these exercises will literally make you a powerhouse. The muscle that it builds is insane. My results were quicker the several years that I've been training doing isolation movements. The best part about this is that you don't have to work out 5 to 6 times a week. Rather, it should be 3 to 4 because this gives you plenty of time to recover. And I can't stress enough how important recovery is because that's when your body actually grows. This is the time where your body repairs its muscle tissues. And this is the time where you actually lose the fat. You're not losing the fat on the spot. You're gonna have to recover in order for you to see the results. So how long does a full transformation actually take when done correctly? This is what you've been waiting for. Point number 4, visible fat loss usually depends on your starting point. It all depends on where you're at right now that will dictate the length and the time it will take for you to get the body you want. Now, if we're talking how long you would take to see the fat loss, couple months, maybe even weeks. It really depends on your body fat percentage. The truth is, if you're sitting at a very high body fat percentage, it will definitely take a lot longer for you to lose the fat. But listen, you're the one that got yourself into this, so you have to get yourself out of it. The only person that put that bad food in your mouth was you. So you have to tell yourself that you have to do it no matter how long it takes. Mindset is key. Whereas someone that isn't extremely high in body fat percentage but just has a little bit of fluff, it will be much quicker. I'm talking from a couple weeks to 1 to 2 months. Easy. And this is not me saying that you're gonna just see a little bit of fat loss. This is me saying that you are gonna see those abs coming through. Now, if you don't put all of these things into practice, you will literally turn borderline depressed and give up because you didn't create the mindset for you to be ready for fat loss. You won't burn any fat because you might choose to have a cheat day or have a couple snacks in between, which is going to completely ruin your progress. You will follow random workouts that don't work, that make you end up wasting hours in the gym. You're patient and consistent and have boost in confidence because you finally know what to expect. You actually stick to the plan long enough for you to see the results by keeping your nutrition in line and following the right workout plan. And you finally love nutrition, so you will never go back to your old self. So that's the truth on how long it takes to lose fat and why most people don't get through with it. For making it this far, you are already part of the 1%. Follow this knowledge and you'll get leaner, stronger, and more consistent without burning out. Most people overtrain, under-recover, and kill their metabolism during their fat loss phase. That's why they regain the weight, lose muscle, and feel exhausted. That's exactly why I created my Train Less, Eat Smart method, which shows you how to train less, recover better, and lose more fat during your fat loss phases without losing muscle by prioritizing immaculate nutrition. Book your free call with me, linked in the description. Click on this video right here where I speak about the best diet in the world that can help you be consistent, build muscle, and burn fat. I'll see you there.